Hi everyone, we hope you've had a lovely half term. It's so wonderful to see you all again. Now, before we start any English today, I just want to say if you haven't watched our new Topic Igniter video, then go and watch it now. It's really important that you try and figure out exactly what our new topic is before we start our writing today. In the new Topic Igniter video, we discover lots of mysterious artefacts from an ancient time, but we don't know when that ancient time is. Perhaps you can figure it out. Go and have a look and I'll meet you back here afterwards. I'll see you in a little while. Hey, did you figure it out? That's right. All of the objects in that box are from the ancient civilization of the Mayans. We haven't figured out quite what all of them are yet though. I don't know what the object is that I found or what it was used for. Let me know if you find out year 5. I'm intrigued to know. Okay, so thinking about our new focus for English this week, we are looking at developing descriptive language and using it in a variety of different sentence types. Now the reason for this is because we're going to write a story in the following weeks. So next week we're going to be here doing story writing, and when we're writing a story, the main objective is to give the reader a vivid image in their heads. I know when I've been reading our topic text, The Explorer, I've had a really good picture in my head exactly where Con, Lila, Fred and Max are and what they're doing and the adventure they're on. So it's really, really important with our. So it's only fitting that being as our new topic is the Mayans, that the story we write is about ancient Maya. With that in mind, what I would like you to do is to go and either listen to or read, if you've got the book at home, chapter 16 of the topic text, The Explorer. When you're reading or listening to this chapter, I would like you to think about the illustrations that you see and also listen out for any descriptive language about the setting. Where are Fred, Con, Lila and Max in this chapter of the story? Can you think about any of those ideas? Okay, I really need your help afterwards, so it's really important that you meet me back here. Go and read that, pause the video now, and I'll see you in a little while. Did you enjoy the chapter? Did you find any descriptions? Yeah, that's right. The chapter was titled The Ruined City, and the first illustration that we found was this. I don't know about you, Year 5, but I think that looks like a Mayan city to me, or Mayan ruins. Okay. I also noticed a few other descriptions, so I decided to note them down. I've written, the man led them to a place where blocks of stone and mud had been stacked, and it said in the chapter that they were used to make the sides of a room. And at the far end of the city square, falling from the wall behind the statues, a great swath of tangling creepers. So those two quotes there describe there were statues, it was a city, and there was things made from blocks of stone and mud. I also noticed that it said there were tree trunks that were hollowed out and he kept picking things out from inside them, didn't he? And that there were expertly chiselled stone into things like arrowheads, very, very sharp. I think one of the characters actually cut themselves on it, didn't they? Okay, now the rest of the chapter was focused on describing the action in the rainforest though, and I don't know about you, but I didn't really manage to picture much more of a lost, ruined city in my head because all the action going on. Now, whilst that's brilliant, what we want to do in our story is to really give the reader a vivid image of the setting and where they are. So, with that in mind, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a few pictures on the screen in a second, and I'd like you to try and think about how you could describe these Mayan cities and these Mayan ruins. Okay, take a look at them. Here are some pictures of Mayan cities and temples. Remember, you can look at some photographs online or go to Google Earth and virtually look around them. There are so many different parts of the temples. I wonder what they were all used for. Many of these Mayan cities are still lost and undiscovered deep in the rainforest. That's why it's really important that we try to include as much detail as possible so that we can describe these beautiful, majestic buildings to the reader. There's so much detail in them, it's phenomenal. So it's really important we get a really clear description. So if I'm going to write some sentences that are going to give the reader a really clear image in their head, I need to come up with some descriptive language. I think I'm going to need some help. Miss Evans, do you think you in Year 5 could help me?
Hi Miss Taylorson. I think we can do that Year 5, don't you? Today's learning objective is to generate language to use in a new sentence type. So I have 2 pictures here. Pictures of Mayan ruins. Now, before we get started for this part of our English lesson, you will need a thesaurus. Now, I'm in school, so I found one from 5E. However, Shortly, I'm going to show you how to use a thesaurus. It's online and it's called VisuWords. All you need to do is type this into Google, VisuWords, and I will shortly show you how to use it. Now, I have used my normal thesaurus at the moment. For the Mayan ruins, I have come up with adjectives. Not basic adjectives, up-leveled, enhanced adjectives. So I have magnificent, elaborate, substantial, prominent, and intricate. I wonder if you could come up with better adjectives. Now, I think you can do this using VisuWords. So let's have a look at VisuWords.
Okay, Year 5, so you can see VisuWords on my screen here. All I've done is typed VisuWords into Google, and then I will click Explore. Now, if we just have a look at this key, you can see that the key represents different word classes. So the different colours represent different word classes. What type of word could I use when looking at my Mayan ruins? I'm going to type in abandoned and search. Okay. So what I can do is have a look at the different words, the synonyms. I'm going to click on this word and it gives you a definition. So abandoned, uninhibited. Derelict is a nice word. So what I would like you to do, Year 5, is have a go at using this new tool. Make yourself familiar with it and then come back to the English lesson.
Okay, Year 5. Now that you have looked at adjectives for Mayan ruins, I think we should have a go at using these words and vocabulary to put into a new sentence type. Now, our new sentence type that we are going to look at is called two pairs. Now, I'm going to read you what this means, and then we are going to have a go together. So, examples for two pairs. Exhausted and worried, cold and hungry. They did not know how much further they had to go. Now, there are rules for two pairs sentences. The rule is that it begins with two pairs of related adjectives. So a pair of related adjectives, and it needs to have two pairs. Each pair is followed by a comma. So exhausted and worried, cold and hungry. And they are separated by and. Now, we already have our list of adjectives here, so this should be quite easy for us. So this is my turn. I'm going to show you how I create two pairs using the adjectives that I've come up with. Okay, so, what adjectives go well together in a pair? Well, I quite like substantial and prominent. They go really well together. So I'm going to write those as my first pair. So, use another pen. Now look how I've spelt it. So, substantial and prominent. So I know those two adjectives, they fit well together, they're related around a particular root word. Now this word would probably be big because they are big, but big was a basic word, that's why I up-leveled it. So substantial and prominent. Intricate means that there's lots of fine detail. Intricate and elaborate, they go really well together. So to create two pairs, substantial and prominent, there needs to be a comma before the next set of pairs. So what did I say? Substantial and prominent, intricate, and elaborate. And then you need another comma. So at the moment, I've got my two pairs of adjectives. Let's read them back together. Join me at Year 5. Substantial and prominent, intricate and elaborate. Okay, not quite finished the sentence yet though. Now I know these Mayan temples and abandoned cities, they tell us a lot about the history of Mayans. So let's have a think about how I could finish this sentence. Substantial and prominent, intricate and elaborate, Mayan ruins are clues as to how the Mayans lived. Okay, so let's read that back. Substantial and prominent, intricate and elaborate, Mayan ruins are clues as to how the Mayans lived. I really like that sentence because it describes well the Mayan ruins. Now's your turn, Year 5. Using the words that you've generated, the adjectives, can you create a two-pair sentence just like mine? I think we should go back to Miss Taylorson and see what other sentence types she has got for you.
Thanks, Miss Evans. That was so helpful. I really like the sentence type you've created. I gathered a few words here as well. Thanks to the recommendation of Visual Words. I use my thesaurus too. I've up-leveled some different words and I've gathered them here to help me when I come to do my writing in a second. Thinking of your sentence type there, I think I could do a different sentence type to you. Take a look at this one, Year 5. We've done this earlier in the year at school. I wonder what it could be. Take a look at this example. What sentence type is it? That's right, it's a DD sentence. A DD sentence is when we write a description and then detail. The two parts of the sentence are separated by a colon, like these examples. Did you get it? It's a DD sentence, wasn't it? Okay, so what I'm going to have a go at modelling now. It's my turn. So, if I'm thinking about all the language we've generated earlier today with Miss Evans and the language that I generated here while I was listening to what Miss Evans was saying, I'm going to try and include that in my DD sentence because I'm using description and detail to think about the Mayan cities and the temples and the ruins. Okay, so first of all, let's think about that in general. What language have I got? Well, the buildings are definitely elaborate, aren't they? And glorious and magnificent and all those words. Let's go with intricate and elaborate because I think some of the statues around the temples and in the cities are very intricate. They've got a lot of detail on them. So I'm going to go with that. The intricate, elaborate cities of ancient Maya. Let's start with that so far. The intricate, I need my comments, expanding noun phrase. Elaborate cities of ancient Maya are, well, I've been very fortunate Year 5 to actually go to an ancient ruin in Koba, it's a Mayan temple, and climb all the way to the top. And I have to say it was pretty remarkable and breathtaking and definitely something that I've been so lucky to do. So I'm going to say that they are remarkable. Okay, or we could use phenomenal, couldn't we? But I'll use remarkable. I need my colon now. And then thinking to why they're remarkable. So I've done my description, now I need my detail. So what makes them remarkable? Well, I know from when I went the temples, and you can see from the pictures, the temples stand above the canopies, the trees sometimes, they're ginormous. And I think there's something quite majestic about them. They're almost standing proud and tall, as if to say, here I am and look at me. So I'm going to go, the temples stand majestically above the rainforest canopy. So the temples stand, it's also a word I got here, majestically. Oh, hopefully I'll fit it on. Majestically above the rainforest canopy. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that sentence. It definitely describes the ancient ruins and the cities of Maya. Now it's time for your Chili challenges. Chili 1, can you complete these sentences? There are 2 DD sentences here. As I approached the city, my jaw dropped in amazement. : Complete the rest. Why did this happen? What did you see? Second sentence, what description could you give before this detail? Its construction would have been over numerous years. Think about the buildings that you would see. The other 2 sentences are 2 of the 2 pairs sentences. In these sentences, you need to describe the ruins. Something and something, something and something. These ancient ruins help us to discover facts about the past. And the second one, something and something, something and something. Right in front of me were the Mayan temples I had been searching for. Chili 2. Apply the language generated in the video to create your own sentences. 2 DD sentences and 2 of the 2 pair sentences. On the board you'll see the information about those sentences to help you. Chili 3. Research Stela. Generate language about this object and create sentences to describe it. Think about the detail and what it might have been used for. As always, please send your work to the Year 5 email address, as we love to read what you have written. Don't forget, if you get stuck on any of the sentence types that we've looked at today, you can go back to any part of this video and watch them again. I'll see you back here next week when we start planning and writing our story. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.